Welcome to another mini but mighty leadership lesson. We've been focused on accountability on several of our last episodes. I'll put some links below in case you missed those. You should check them out. Today, we're going to talk about a close neighbor to accountability, and that is delegation and your ability to delegate as a leader. It's an interesting balance between diving in and rolling up your sleeves to show that you're part of the team and ready to step in and help get things done, and delegating so that you can take things off your plate and also give others an opportunity to grow and learn and evolve. Sometimes we try to hold people accountable to things and it doesn't work out, not because we haven't followed all the protocols for accountability, but because they weren't really ready to do those things yet, not on their own. In talking about delegation, let's start with when you shouldn't delegate. Don't delegate if you don't know if they've ever done it or if they've ever done it well. If you're unsure about their skills, their aptitude, or their capacity, it's probably not time to hand something off, at least not fully. You may be able to delegate small tasks or portions of the initiative, but you want to carefully figure out whether these people are ready to pick up those responsibilities or how much support they may need from you. Also, don't delegate if it's to keep you from having the responsibility fall to yourself. So, this is more of a moral question. But there are managers and leaders out there who will say, oh, I've given this to somebody else on my team. They're going to handle it because the leader doesn't want to do it or because they know it's going to be a complete shit show and they don't want to be held accountable for the results. Now, if you've been around Boss at the Helm and our mini but mighty leadership lessons for a while, you'll know that we believe ultimate accountability falls to the leader anyway. So even if you've delegated to somebody else, and even if they make a complete hash of it, despite you leaning in and supporting them, the outcome, the ultimate accountability is yours. One more area when you shouldn't be delegating is when you want people to achieve something or do something, but you don't give them or aren't able to give them the authority and the resources for them to be successful. That's another time when you shouldn't delegate. Delegating. Yes, it frees you up to focus on your priorities and strategic items. That's what you want to be doing as a leader. Giving away some of the tasks, responsibilities, and priorities so that you can focus on what's our strategy, what's coming next, how do we prepare and plan for it, how do I develop my people better. In order to help others grow, you have to delegate. Now, that's a fundamental principle. And if you don't believe it yet, you're going to fail at delegation every time. You may also have tried delegating in the past and found that it didn't free up your time. You had to provide even more support and feedback, find other resources, do reviews, listen, coach, etc. And that's true. Oftentimes, when we are first delegating to others, it does consume more of our time and effort. But eventually, you will get to the place where there's trusted outcomes from trusted individuals, and you'll be able to delegate regularly. Don't assume, ask people if they think they're ready. If they're interested and committed, sometimes we make the mistake of assuming that somebody wants more responsibility or because of a promotion or even just their existing title, they should take on responsibility. But instead of making assumptions, stop and ask them, do they think they're ready? Are they willing? If they're willing but not quite ready, can you coach them there? Or do you need to say no to this particular opportunity and find a smaller step or another opportunity to delegate to them? When you delegate, it's important to agree to what's expected and to specify the boundaries of what's allowed. For example, can you work long hours or overtime in order to achieve this? Can they or their team members have overtime? Are there extra budgets or constraints that need to be considered? Talk about the things that you need in order for delegating this task to be handled correctly in a way that allows you to sit back and say, hey, I believe that this person is doing a good job. I'm providing the right support, and we're going to get to the outcomes that we both expect. That requires checking in, but not hovering. Delegating your workload is an essential skill for leaders because delegating tasks and roles and decisions, that's going to help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and overworked. It's going to allow you to focus on other priorities. But most importantly, when you delegate, it's actually for the benefit of others on your team because effective delegation enables your team to develop themselves as team members and leaders. It contributes to teamwork. It demonstrates trust. I often have leaders ask, well, how do I create more trust in my team? This is one way. By setting clear expectations, understanding where people's interest is, and then giving them opportunities to explore, to grow, to learn, to be autonomous and in charge, that creates and fosters trust. You'll also find that by having more people on your team in charge of different components, the tasks that you've delegated or the opportunities that you've delegated, you will see increased innovation. You'll see different formats of communication and creativity across the team because you have different perspectives as those people lead through their delegated opportunities. This encourages professional growth. It enhances an employee's value to the organization. And that's your job as a leader to develop your team, to help all of your team grow and mature to the benefit of themselves and the company. Delegating isn't just about telling someone what to do or assigning tasks to them. It's really about showing them you have trust in them that involves giving them the opportunity and the authority to do things that normally aren't part of their job. But you've got to support it with the resources, direction, and your own time and attention when needed in order to make sure that you all get the expected results. Oftentimes, leaders will say, I can do it. I can handle it myself. I don't want to burden them. We think that we're being nice by saying, I'll just take care of it instead of giving the opportunity to somebody else and coaching them through it. Or we're not sure that we'll get the results we want. And we say things like, well, I could just do it faster. I'll just do it myself. It's so much easier. We limit our own leadership and our team's potential when we take that perspective. So, when delegating, consider the skill sets and the interest of the individual, explain what's needed, and ask them to go figure out what would it take? How might you go about this? Why don't you put some thought into how you might approach this task? Come back and let's just talk through it and then dive in. That way, you have an idea of how they're going to approach it. You can provide support, feedback, and at the same time, help them understand what's important, what you expect, and that you have full faith and trust in their ability to carry this out. Join us here at Boss at the Helm for more Many But Mighty leadership lessons. Every Friday, we put out a new episode. It's all about awareness, accountability, and leveling up. Lead yourself, then lead others. Be a boss.